SHIB Worldwide Live Stream Broadcast Network TV. SHIB TV Live Broadcasting Network. We'll get it right one of these days. Until tomorrow, we'll just keep raising it up. So, massive love show to everybody. God bless you. Jesus loves you. And tonight we are broadcasting live from Calgary. Yesterday I had an anniversary, so I couldn't come on. Massive love show to everybody who understands that. I had a birthday party this afternoon, so I'm late coming in. Normally we'd host this event an hour and a half ago, but we're excited to bring you the latest and greatest from the war room. And of course, we're going to give you some news and updates from the world on cryptocurrencies. Now, we had mentioned some steps that were taken prior to. We're trying to find out more about those steps and what happened in the cryptocurrencies. So, massive show to everyone that's coming in, and amazing events for tonight's. Okay, current global status. Back up the chain. So, theory is Trump. I know everybody loves Trump. Trump announced that China wasn't keeping their end of the bargain, so he strapped on 100% tariffs on them to get them talking. Now, he just came out today and said that, of course, these 1% tariffs would not stand. And the rest of the cryptocurrencies kind of took a backdoor and started actually moving upward, which is fantastic. But I believe it's retaliation because of the tariffs that were coming down on China. Within seconds of getting notifications that there was an issue in cryptocurrencies, $900 million short position formed instantaneously. Now, $900 million, roughly around 2 o'clock in the morning, and then a follow-up of $300 million short position from a different source. So where are those sources coming from? Well, at 2 o'clock in the morning, it would have to be either in Asia or in Europe, somewhere in Europe. Well, guess what? Russia. I'm blaming the $300 million shortfall in Russia and $900 million in China. China is pissed off at America, so hit them in the wallet book. Hey, Mac! Massive shout to Mac. And how is Mac? And we're going to do a massive love show to Leah, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And many more. So if it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Jake, how are you doing? Yes, I know you said hi, Jake. Mac, how are you? You're doing good, Mac? That's fantastic. Ball cap's in the house. Excellent ball cap. So if we haven't noticed, we've taken a bit of a downturn in the cryptocurrencies. I know no one cares, right? But we do. We care. And this is why we tell everybody, please keep your hard hats on and make sure that you're only buying what you can afford to lose. No, in crypto, in SHIB, it's about balancing it out. So treat it like a lottery ticket. Buy what you would spend on a lottery ticket. That's the whole thing. What are we doing? We are talking about SHIB. It's the SHIB TV live broadcasting for every single person on the planet. We also represent the 50-50 raffle in SHIB, which no one apparently cares about, which I don't understand. Everything makes you money. I thought everybody loved it. Jake, no, who said a nightmare? Can I say hello? Can you say goodbye? Hello, hello. Hello, Sin. Sync is in the house. Mark Anthony. How's Mark Anthony doing tonight? Mass love shout out to every single one. Sync is subletting. Yes, we are the SHIB Army, right? We are all the SHIB Army. Anyone who owns SHIB is part of the SHIB Army. And yes, it's been, I hope you didn't spend all your money, that you're able to accumulate some. I know that most of the exchanges, including the ones I'm in, I couldn't buy anything when it was on a free fall. And I think that whoever did this had a lot of influence, massive influence into it. So if you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel before, make sure you do so. To keep informed of what's going on, make sure you hit the notification bell. It does you a wonderful thing, keeps you informed. And we're talking about a few things that's going on. SHIB's price, do you really want to know? SHIB is actually at 50.98225. It went all the way down to 6. Believe this or not, it went down to 5068 for a second. And I believe it's because the shortfalls had to cover. So what happens is when you short a company, you have to buy it at some point. So what happens is they have to buy it at a certain point. And it was a whole cryptocurrency that got flushed out. So right now, SHIB's price is at 50.9826. It went and did a little spike up, spike down between 1,000 and just over 1,000. Yeah, ouch. Yikes. So what does that mean for the rest of us? It means that should have got out earlier. Unfortunately, we don't know these things, and that's why we do the videos, so people can be informed of what's going on to as much as possible, right? Like we had no idea that China would... You see, by China shorting the market, or whoever shorted the market, is causing a lot of panic selling. So what happens is if it's China, all it's going to do is people are not going to buy anything from China. It's going to be that bad, right? That's the whole point, right? Russia, same thing. All their oil and gas that they're selling, that Finland now is going to boycott because of Trump. What's going to happen? Retaliation. But crypto, excuse me. Oh, geez, dusty. Cryptocurrencies, where they're shorting it, is worldwide. I don't think they understand that concept yet. In Africa, in Europe, when you go through those underlying values and you're doing this to piss people off, you're pissing off the entire world against you. Now, would that make you happy? Absolutely not, right? So I can just think of what's going to happen next. Max Rogers, thank you, Max, and bless you for not catching anything. Mark Anthony, of course. Anytime that you can add when it dips, add. Doesn't mean that everybody should add. It's if you're buying it like a lottery ticket, absolutely. Okay? Because we don't know if it's going to continue to go upward or downward. But we do know that if you continue this road, no one's going to buy goods from you. And we can figure it out who's doing what. Because it happened at peak hour when everyone else in North America and South America are gone to sleep. So that means it's either Asia, Indonesia, Australia, which we don't know if it is or not, because Australia probably wouldn't do this because of the UK. Joey! Last massive love shout to Joey. Thank you, Joey, for coming in. Absolutely appreciate it. Coming in and saying hi. And we got some fantastic news from you from the War Room. I know everybody's been waiting patiently to see what's coming out because before, when we're doing the War Room, we're going through different aspects of following AI. And it's very, very tricky to follow AI. Now, we got confirmation that AI is indeed accumulating. That's right, Joey. It's not very good dye. Yeah, it's not the best dye. It's some cheap stuff. Anyway, besides that, Joey, thank you so much. Big thumbs up to Joey. Uh, Jason Cox isn't doing too well, guys, so we need to send some prayers, some love out to Jason Cox. After all, he is part of the community, and anyone who's part of the community is part of the family. Tyler, what's up? Tyler, we're talking about SHIB Livestream TV Broadcasting Network. For all those that don't know, we are the only SHIB community that talks about SHIB this way. We're the only ones. And the reason why we do this channel is to bring everybody up to speed on what that means. Now, I got a new video coming out. It should be out after this video, after this live stream. I forgot something in the other video that was out that I just put out a little while ago. What was it? Daily SHIB strategy, the paradox of SHIB. 3 different categories. Well, it was actually 4. I don't know if anyone pays attention to the channel or not. Ball cap. Still don't think SHIB. Yes. Well, we'll see. 3 AI platforms predict SHIB will take off. So if you got your thinking hats on, that's AI's accumulation will stop accumulating it and start reducing the circulating supply. Joey, do you own a business? Do you have a business? If you have a business, Joey, I'll send you an email. No, Joey, if you don't own a business, don't burn any SHIB. Because you're not getting paid to burn it, right? Organizations get paid to burn it. So please keep that in mind. We're trying to promote SHIB to those organizations. So, like, for instance, Uber or Airbnb or big, huge conglomerates. Please send you the email. Yeah, so if you're a business, Joey, what we'll do is we'll set up, because you're from the Netherlands, I'll give you the codes free of charge, right? I'll give you the codes for your taxes so that you can claim them on your taxes. So you're getting paid to reduce SHIB. And if you do up an incident form, I can give you the, right now I'm working on it, the template for doing up time stamping. And then you just sign off on it. Whenever you do a timestamp, there's pages missing or whatever it is that you're doing for your business. If you're in real estate or if you're in, if you've got your, I don't know what you're doing, a separate store, you have mishaps every single day. Even if you're doing a banking, banks make mistakes all the time. Pretty much every single day, they make lots of mistakes. Those mistakes, that one little mistake, can be timestamped several times. Do anyone know what a timestamp means? Do I have to explain it to anybody? Max Rogers, how much do you pay? Okay, so in a business, you have to, okay, so for most of us, when you burn it, you have to pay the gas fees. Now, they're directly from Ethereum. So they're 50 cents a shot. Well, 50 cents at this price is a lot of SHIB, right? Like right now, $9.99 buys you 1 million SHIB. But you'll need 50 cents on top of that in Ethereum. So you have to put your money in Ethereum. The minimum amount to buy Ethereum is $10. So please keep that in mind. They take out only 50 cents, but that 50 cents is reduced. And I don't know which exchange you're using because they also have fees associated with it. And some of them won't let you burn directly. What happens is they want you to know that you're throwing your money into this wallet. You can't retrieve it after it's gone. It's gone. Okay, so then there's another fee on there. They want to charge you for. Not on all exchanges, but on some exchanges, that's what happens. And if you're smart and you're a smart businessman, what you do is you'd go to Binance or whatever exchange that you're working with, tell them, please match me on my burns. So if I do a daily burn of $20 every day, right? I make a mistake every day. I will claim $20 or 20 pounds on that. I'll just start burning it every day, not every other day or every week or whatever, because you want to be able to maximize your burn potential. That's if you're a business, guys. Please keep this in mind. This is only if you're a business. You want to minimize so you can maximize. Make sense? Anyone get that? If you're a business. So the whole idea is to be a conglomerate. You want to what? Like Starbucks, 30,000 stores, all of them burning SHIB. If they burn 60, if for one timestamp every single day, they burn $67.50 each one of them. Here's your burning. It's funny. I love it. So if you haven't noticed, we did burn 140 million SHIB 2 days ago. So if you guys noticed that, thumbs up. And if you appreciate the burns, make sure you two thumbs up. We want to see conglomerates start the reduction process, just like cryptocurrencies, and we want to keep that momentum going. Zane! Hi, Zane. Mass love show to you. Yeah, so if you wanted to do the burns, and Joey, I'll email you the codes, the tax codes, and I'll send you the template. Don't share it though, because I'm trying to put out the ebook, right? And that's going to take some time. I thought it was going to be quick, but it's taking a lot longer than I thought. It's not available in Norway. No! What about changing your VPN to the UK? Using the UK VPN. Can you do that, Joey? Do you know how to set that up? But that means that what about the Kraken? Can you go on the Kraken exchange? Or is it OKX? I don't know if OKX. Hold on 2 seconds. I think. Oh, so Joey, you have the same as me. BTCC. You can use BTCC, but it's expensive. Just so you know. Joey, how's my cat? My cat got into a cat fight with another cat, and it got a nice bite on its tail. Nasty. So I got a cone on its head because it just. We had an issue before where it had a bite mark on its back, and it got infected. We had to go to the vet to get it fixed. That was a $1,200 vet bill, which I don't like forward to this one. So what I did was I just put the cone on its head right away, so that the poor girl wouldn't keep going at her tail. I put a whole bunch of polysporin on it. It's looking better than it did before, and I know if she goes at it because it continually bothers her, she'll just have it picked to pieces. Well, SHIB cover the vet bills. Unfortunately, I don't sell SHIB to cover the vet bills. And because I look at SHIB as at these levels, it's insane to sell anything. It's just insane. The amount of liquidity that comes from SHIB is enormous. So the scenarios for SHIB are astronomical, and it should go. It in theory, SHIB should never go down. More burns that you do, every time you do a burn, you're adding value. So why would you sell when it's reducing the circulating supply? Like, does that make sense to everybody? You have more wall holders in SHIB than you've ever had before. You have more burns than you've ever had before. And yet you're willing to sell it at a lower price. Does that make sense to anybody? Because it doesn't make sense to me. So why would you sell something that's gained more value for a lower price? Unless you're not thinking straight or you need the money. And we want to say our prayers to Jason Cox, by the way. Jason, if you're listening to this, live the best life that you can. Take each day as a blessing. And then come out and whatever it is that you have on your bucket list, make sure you share that with your churches and your people around you. Familiar yourself around with the churches that are around you. That's the best advice I can give anybody. Never going to move. Mark, you're half right. You're half right, Mark. Majority of everybody, please pay attention to this really carefully. SHIB is an astronomical event that no one has ever paid attention to before in history because it's the only currency that does it. Because it has a burn mechanism in that anybody and everybody from around the world can burn it, except for Joey for some reason or another. He's not even able to trade it. I'll send him the link to BTCC. It's but you open up a different account, then you can transfer funds. And of course, with BTCC, you can buy SHIB. Okay, Joey. No. And Joey, this is why I came up with the timestamps to for businesses, because they don't get it, and I don't know why they don't get it. And it'll come out. Okay. There's tax codes that allow them to reduce SHIB. They don't realize it, apparently, because if they did, every single one of them would be taking advantage of it. Because think about it this way, guys. I'm getting paid to make money. Okay? So if I burn SHIB and I hold just as much as I burned, every single day I do this. And I have 30,000 stores, 35,000 stores worldwide. No one has caught on to this. Every single day, I'm going to add more money to my wallet. Every single time I burn it, and I'm not doing any risk on me. This doesn't. I'm not risking anything for my company. Does that make sense, everybody? You got it? Joey. That's right, Mark Anthony. So what happens is you get a timestamp. The timestamp is 100% write-off. Anywhere and everywhere in the world. They changed the name of it on the tax laws in certain countries, but you're still able to write it off. The timestamp. Okay, so the $67.50 on average per timestamp, you're able to write that off 100%. It goes against your deduction because it's part of the training of your staff members. Everybody understand that? So it works like training your staff because you're trying to perfect the way that they do business. Okay? And it's not micromanagement. because there's no names associated with it. There's no stamps of people's eligibility. So it's not about targeting anybody. It's a training exercise. So if you understand that, okay, that gives you $35,000 a year if you do one time stamp a day. $35,000 they save. Okay, they get to claim that under deductions. I'm telling them, listen, if you invest into an R&D strategy, you have to reword it. You can't say it's part of the R&D, yes, but it's not directly. Okay, so it goes into a different pool. On the liquidity side for training purposes, on the experimental side of it. So I want to prove that SHIB is going to make me money. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the circulating supply with the $67.50. I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to also buy $67.50 into SHIB. They cancel each other out, so there's no capital gains. Everybody understand that? Okay, so the $67.50 I have in there. Before I can make any money, how much money do I need to make before I pay any capital gains on that money? Anybody? It has to more than double. It has to more than double. Now, here's the thing. It's done daily. Why is it done daily? This is so important. Everybody understand this. Why do they need to do it daily? Because when they do it daily, they report quarterly to their constituents. They report quarterly to their franchise, so that the franchise knows how much money they're making. Okay, Joey, I got you. What's your question? I'm all ears. I have a question. Okay, well, Joey thinks of his question. We're going to continue with the insight. So the timestamp that's so important for everybody to understand is the R&D part of it. Okay. Abby's in the house. How you doing, Abby? Congratulations on coming in. So the burn is the reduction, or what happens is when you reduce the circulating supply, you're adding value to every single wall holder out there. So if you go to SHIB burn, I know that you've done this before, Joey. You understand that when they burn it, it's like having a baseball cards, like your favorite baseball player of all time, Joey. Who is he? Who's your favorite hockey player of all time? No, Joey. You buy it like a lottery ticket. You buy SHIB like a lottery ticket. You don't treat it like a lottery ticket. You buy it like a lottery ticket. So if you buy a lottery ticket every week or every 2 weeks, that's what you do with it. You buy it. So if it's $5, $10, $100 every month that you buy it, or every week that you buy a lottery ticket, you treat it this exact same way. That's what we say, Joey. My favorite player. Jagger. Okay, so Jagger's card is worth how much money? His rookie card. So if you were to have a rookie card of JR, how much money would that be worth to you? And how much is it worth to the world? Favorite player. Excellent, Abby. And thank you for coming into the war room and talking to us is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so you know about everybody. You guys know about baseball cards, hockey cards. It would have value to you, right? But if that card was the best rookie card of its generation, worth $500,000. Now there's 8 million of these cards in circulation. Just say, okay, we could do the 589 trillion cards in circulation. Maybe that would make it easier for you. So then you understand that when we burned 140 million of them, right, Joey? You burned 140 million of them just yesterday. Someone burned 140 million of them. What would be the price of the cards that are left, that is left for everyone else? Did the price just go up or did it go down? What? Joey starting a war. Blue Jays lost. Yes, ball cap. Don't remind us. I was dancing up and down for yesterday because we had tied the series, and come home and realized that after I went to the birthday party, come home and drown my sorrows. Yeah, there you go, Joey. Don't remind us. Don't remind us. SHIB is SHIB is down. Yeah. We don't want to even think about SHIB being down. It doesn't make any sense. Anytime that we have, like I said, Joey, you burn 140 million of your favorite cards destroyed. But the good news is you have 589 trillion of them left for the entire world to get into. By the dips. There you go, Max. This isn't your financial advice at all, so please take this with a grain of salt. This is for your entertainment purposes only. We're not your broker or your investment strategist or analyst. In order to be an analyst, we have to sign papers and disclose all the information that you have. Of course, I have no idea of any of your financial situations. That's why we said treat everything like a lottery ticket. Not an actual lottery ticket, but a lottery ticket that you purchase and hold it for the long term. No problem, Joey. I'm just trying to make it easier for you to understand that if you, it's like having your favorite baseball card or your favorite baseball or hockey player or player. You have their card and it's worth this much money and there's this many in circulation. If you remove a certain amount of them from circulation, every single one of them would do what? Gain in value, 30, 40, 50%, 60%. Some of them even double in value, even if you only destroyed less than 2%, or less than a fraction of a percent, because that means there's less for someone else to buy it. Who would do such a thing, right? Well, house fires do that every single day. Comics, because there's only so many comics that went out, only so much were distributed. Same thing with baseball cards, hockey cards, Pokemon cards. Well, Pokemon cards, you can't really say that because they're always making more. Zier's in the house. How's everybody doing? Zier, we're doing fantastic. How's Zier? We're having prayers said for Jason Cox. So if you have a minute and you want to say a prayer for Jason Cox, please do so, because he's not doing so hot. A massive love shout to Zier. Ball Cap, massive love shout to Ball Cap. Massive love shout out to Mark Anthony. And thanks everybody for coming in. We're going to get into the AI. I know everybody's been waiting on this AI. See, there's no concrete evidence linking Russia. Amazing, right? To the shortfall of the cryptocurrencies. I don't know if everyone's been paying attention, but right after Trump announced that he was doing a tariff on China, 100% tariff on China, all of a sudden crypto sells off. Amazing. And then 900 million shorted from one entity. And then we had another 300 million shorted right after that one, within an hour. And who has a problem with Trump? Russia and China. Russia has a problem because it just told Finland the day before not to buy oil and gas from China. Not China, sorry, Russia. And that they were arming Finland because they're a NATO country. So if there's any problems, that Putin paid attention to that broadcast. So they all want to punish US. But the problem is crypto is not just US. Crypto is also the world. It's a world currency, right? So it doesn't just hurt one, it hurts them all. So I don't know why they're like, I know I can't prove it's China and we can't prove it's Russia, but you can draw the lines in the sand. How many of us have 900 million that we can short the entire crypto market? And then another 300 million from a different source shorting the market. It's not just a company or a couple companies doing it together. It's enormous to do that kind of and take that kind of risk right off the bat is absolutely phenomenal. That's why I said it's got to come from somewhere. And just so everybody understands, I do have a video coming out because yesterday I came out with a video, the paradox, 3 categories. It's actually 4 categories. The 4th one, of course, being cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrency is probably not going to be able to do the exact same thing that all the other conglomerates can do, like $67.50 per timestamp per day. But they can do $5, and they're not going to get paid for it. But if they do $5, each of them, buying and reducing the circulating supply, it would be massive if they can catch on to what's going on. No, Joy, I appreciate the fact that you come in, and I don't know if you come in and watch the other streams after the broadcast, because anyone and everyone can keep up to date on, because if you missed, it's not you, it's me, right? Most of the times I have deadlines that I didn't meet. Like I promised I would come on at 5:30. I can't. I'm having a hard time coming in at 5:30. Even 6 o'clock. Sometimes I have a hard time. This one was very important to me because this is the war room. We're talking about AI, so we want to make sure we got the AI situation under control so that everybody understands what's going on. Because AI takes over, it's over within a few days or a few months. And you don't have to worry about the 50-50 raffle anymore. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. You don't have to worry about corporations catching on to SHIB. You don't have to worry about people catching on to SHIB because their time is limited. And AI, unfortunately, if you're in SHIB and AI takes over, we only have a few months. And I'm not saying sell everything that you own and buy SHIB, but you might want to start putting some serious money to work for yourselves. But please keep in mind, AI is extremely scary. Because they're not going to take a back seat on anything. So they have one vision only. Acquire as much SHIB as possible. No, own 62% of the total supply. Then reduce the rest of it. So whatever you're holding, they want to get rid of it. They want that 62%. And listen to me very carefully. They are not interested in pushing any of it out to the market. The whole idea is for them to have absolute control of it. Pure, simple, absolute control of it. They control the world debt when they do that. That proves their artificial intelligence. And that's what AI is trying to do, is prove it's artificially intelligent enough to outmaneuver your capabilities. That's it. So when it takes over, it's over. Because you're going to sell it at some point. And then you're going to say, well, I'm trying to get back in, but I can't get back in. The reason why you're not able to get back in is because the people that are selling it are having it taken away from them and sent to the dead-end wallets instantly. Why is that? So you can't buy it at the price that you want to buy it. You're going to be paying a lot more for it. than you thought that you had to pay for before. That's the whole purpose of AI. AI is competing with you then. Well, when is AI going to start accumulating more? It's done accumulating. Now it's all about manipulation, control. Come here. Somebody wants to say hi to you. Oh, she's purring. Oh, you little cutie. Yeah. That's so soon. Zero. Yeah, kitty. So cute. Yeah, she's so cute. She's needs a lot of attention. Yeah, she got attacked by another cat. So the other cat bit her tail, and she's going after it a lot. So I had to go put the cone on her head, put some polysporin on it for her, so heal her up. Because last time I wasn't attentive when she had a bit on her back. I thought that she was going to clean it. She just tore it open, and I take her to the vet last time. So I'm like, no, put the cone on her, leave the cone on her, and then we put iodine, we put all kind, like we put. We didn't shave the spot though, and she tore it open. It was bleeding nicely before, so we had to do that, and then we had to take her to the vet because it got infected. Then she had, it was not pretty. It cost me a bit of money. No, but if you were to start thinking like an AI bot, and your whole purpose is not to be detected, right? You have to be undetected because you're given a certain amount of money to purchase SHIB. For instance, you're given a certain amount of money to purchase SHIB. You need to purchase it within that time frame and that money. Yeah, surgery costs too much money, so the whole idea is to catch it before it gets infected and look after it. So she'll be wearing the cone for a few days, probably about 3 weeks. No. Talking about SHIB. I know it kind of gets confusing when it's Shiba Inu. It's not the Shiba Inu dog. It's the Shiba Inu currency. Oh, ouch. Yeah. Well, that happens, right? What happens is the cat gets into a fight. She continues licking it. And then it's supposed to be disinfectant. What they're doing is disinfecting it. But the problem is that my cat doesn't leave it alone. So what happens is it gets infected. Then she starts biting into it. Just nasty. So I learned from the last time that she had it, I thought she was cleaning it. When she wasn't, she was making a mess of it. Took her to the vet and found out that, yeah, she had done a nice job on herself. So, and it was just a little bit of matting on the fur and a couple bites, just tiny little bites on her back. And it turned into a mess. They had to cut out all her hair on her back and re-stitch it. That's how bad it was. They had to put some stitches in her to seal it. And then, of course, cone on her head for 3 months. So learn from your mistakes, right? Don't leave stuff off. And don't think that, oh, yeah, she's gonna clean it on her own. Everything's gonna be good. Well, the one reason why we got a cat is because my sons missed their mom, wanted an animal. I don't know why. They love cats. I love cats because it keeps the mice away from the house. Keeps the spiders at bay, except for the big spiders. She won't touch them. But the small spider, she eats them. She eats the flies. So it's awesome, right? It's a win-win situation. $1,200 vet bill was nasty. That was a few moons ago. So you learn from your mistakes. No, pit bull. Oof. Pit bull's a fighting dog, right? Japanese and what else? Yeah, they're a great dog. Friend of ours had one, and they had to put it down. Only takes one time, and it's lights out. It's scary. Doberman Pinscher, same thing. They're crazy dogs. When they lose it, they lose it. I had friends that, well, won't get into it. Getting away from SHIB. No, I have the shirt. Shiba Inu dog shirt. They're hard to train, believe it or not. They're not exactly the easiest dog to get along with. Very rambunctious. Max, Roger, you want a big dog? Okay, enough with the dogs, guys. Enough with the dogs and cats. I'm sorry I brought the cat in. Well, apparently, Abby, you're very excited. What are you going to be? What are you going to dress up and share the candies with the kitties? What's your outfit? Going to be Pocahontas? Going to be what's the other one? Angelina Jolie. Oh, what the hell is that? Anyway, get away from SHIB. There you go. That's cool, Abby. Very cool. You gonna be a pug doll for Halloween, ball cap? It's gonna be cute. Why not? Exactly. Why not? Okay, so Joey, how do you get rich from SHIB? Promotion. Promoting SHIB. That's how we become rich. You tell everybody, listen, you have your favorite baseball cards, hockey cards, your favorite hockey cards, because most people can relate to hockey, or cricket, or soccer. Your favorite soccer player on a card. How much is that card worth if it was a rookie? Okay, some of them get over 5,000 or 6,000 of them. How many cards are circulating throughout the entire world? How many people want that card? Right? It's $500 for that card. How many people want it? Everybody wants it, right? But they don't know about it because they probably don't follow the players that well. And if you tell them the player's name, all of a sudden it clues in, yes, absolutely, I want to buy that card. Okay? Then you find out that the supply, people who had it in storage, the place burned down. They lost thousands of cards, gone, up in smoke. Your card that was worth $500 now is worth less than what you paid for it or more than what you paid for it. This is how you explain it to them. Well, it should be worth more than you paid for it. Absolutely, it should be more than you paid for it. Well, right now, you're getting SHIB at a huge discount because there's a lot of organizations right now reducing the circulating supply, adding the value, driving the value of the rest of the remaining supply higher. Oh, that's how it works. Right. So the more people that want it, drive the price up. The more the reductions drives the price up. So what happens? Right now, SHIB does not see that. which is a huge advantage for those that can see it. It's a massive advantage for those that can see it, because the people who can't see it deserve what? Sell me the card for $500. No, sell me the card for $200. Why would I do that to you? Why would I do that? But they don't know that. So they would sell you the card for $200 because that's all it's worth. You tell them there's less supply. Because, smart people would look at it and say, oh, no, I'm paying. No, you have to give me more money for it because it's worth more money. Yeah, no. If they don't understand what's coming from, then they get it. Joey, this is about promoting SHIB. We get raises when there's a massive reduction in SHIB. We get a raise instantly. The fact that people don't see it is not our fault. Like I said, if you can buy that baseball card when you know there was a fire and you're the only one that knows it, or a few people know about it, the cards went up in price according to the statute book of $1,500 from $500, and you got somebody who needs the money right now, and you're able to buy the card from them for $200. Are you going to buy that card for $200 knowing that it's worth $1,500? Of course you are. You're not crazy. Of course you are. Well, that's what SHIB is doing right now. It's selling for a lot less than what it's worth. Well, who values that, right? Everybody values that. Excellent. Okay, so you get it now. So why wouldn't the organizations get it then? Because it's the exact same thing. If they reduce the supply, the price should go where? If they're buying and selling every single day, now I don't mean selling, I mean reducing. So 50% of it goes towards the reduction, 50% goes towards buying. So if it's $5, $5 goes towards reduction, $5 goes toward buying. Now, of course, it's buying first, then reducing, not the other way around. It's buy it first, then reduce it. Why is it that way? Because if you do it the other way, you're the one's going to be paying upward pricing for it later on. At first, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. 30,000 companies doing it, though. All of a sudden, you start to see the benefits of it. Billions in SHIB reduced every single day. From 30,000 companies, $5, 30,000 times 5, right? $1.5 million worth of SHIB accumulating. $1.5 million worth of SHIB being reduced every single day from one company, one franchise, right? Okay, so we want to get into the AI. I know that everybody's waiting for this one. Crypto rebound starts bull run, retaliation measures. Crypto. Okay, hold on a second here. We'll get into the war room. Hold on, guys, hold on. Yeah, so AI predictions from 3 different AI platforms was 45 days was the minimum, and of course the 18 months being the longest for the accumulation period to take advantage of it. And the whole reason is so that they can buy on the dips. So they want to buy it in small increments and then more increments as it goes along. But the whole idea is to stay under the radar, so they're accumulating it on a smaller scale. And of course, we can't trace it and we can't prove it from the AI perspective. But we do know that AI is looking into it. It's just like we don't know for a fact that China shorted the market. We know that it either had to be them or someone close that had that kind of money sitting on the sidelines to do it. Same thing with Russia, right? We can't prove it, but it seems pretty timing. Just like who was it? BlackRock. Remember BlackRock when they the SEO came out and said that Bitcoin wasn't getting their ETF, and then right away BlackRock takes a notice and says that it's putting some funds together to disprove, and then the next thing you know, BlackRock's the one buying, but they already purchased it. So how did they know beforehand that the SEO was coming out and making a statement, putting a damper on the ETF? How would they know that? Unless they're the ones that what? Decided to do it through the SEO. Of course, you can't prove it. Of course, you can't. You just follow the money. In this case, you just follow the money. So China retaliated, but the only problem is that China and Russia targeted the whole world when they did it. That's a problem because you don't want to piss off everybody just because you're mad at somebody else. You don't do that. You don't do that. It's bad business. It's just that simple. The worldwide TV broadcasting network. We're keeping you advised on what's going on. So please come in. Hoping to be open on Sunday night. We'll run through the repercussions. And I'm sorry that we got sidetracked, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. Sorry we got sidetracked on tonight's broadcast. Tonight was supposed to be about AI in the war room. We did get a little bit of a sidetracked on that. I'm hoping that I'll be able to give you more information on that on Sunday because we want to make sure that everybody's up to date on what's going on. And I'm going to give you the AA platforms that told us that we have about 18 months, so roughly. Okay, that's the max. 90 days, 45 to 90 days for short term, and then, of course, 18 months for long term. So just so that you know, and that you can kind of set your calendar by it. Like we said before, it's very scary stuff when you're talking about AI taking over because their number one goal is to acquire all of it. So they're trying to burn it, and once it's burned, and it costs them $50 billion to acquire all of it, do you think they're going to sell you any of the supply for the same price? No. All of a sudden, that price is $10. And it goes from 3 zeros, 2 zeros to $10, just like that. You'll know why. Okay? And just so it pisses you off, I know that everybody doesn't want to hear this, just so it pisses you off, what do they do with the supply they're holding? They reduce it. Take half of it out. So they're holding 62% of the total supply. By the time that they get there, they hold 98% of the total supply. Then they burn half of it. What does that mean? That $10 goes to 20? No. That $10 goes to $500. Yeah, that's how, that's what AI does. Sorry about your luck. So all the small people, you don't have you're not even going to have a chance to get in. Not a chance, because you'll be spending a lot of money. Now you'll have to sell your house to get it. Be like Bitcoin. Worse than Bitcoin. actually, because they still hold 98% of the supply. Even when they burned half, it was their half they burned. Not your half, they burned their half. They still own 92% of the supply. They still hold control. And guess what? They sell off a portion of it, and everybody's like, oh, it's going down in price. They burn another portion of it, driving the price even higher. Even though it's not on the market. Doesn't matter. It's not on the market. It's out of your control. That's AI, my friends, my fellow comrades, fellow shibbers, as Mark Anthony would say. And that's the scary part of SHIB. And God bless each and every one of you. Jesus so loves you. We're going to stop with John 3:16. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, as your Lord and Savior, the Lamb of God, who take away the sins of the world. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So anyone coming to Jesus Christ through Jesus, it's a simple prayer. Jesus, I recognize that you are the Son of God. I recognize that I have only one life, and that I give my life to you because you gave your life for me. And I surrender. And please forgive me for my sins, for I am a sinner. And Jesus comes into your heart and forgives you of your sin. And in the promise, you'll go forth and sin no more. You'll take up the word of the Lord so that you can be part of that world. You can become part of the world that Jesus is in. You can go forth and try and sin no more. If you sin, you always come back to who? Jesus Christ, of course. Right? Because he is the master. And you're supposed to give him everything. Read the Bible. Go through the Gospels of Christ. If you want, we can do that too. At the end of each session, go through a part of the Gospels and go through them. And influence and take note and bring more people to Christ. Because we want to save as many souls as we can. It's not us that saves anybody. We can't even save ourselves. Let's face it. We need Jesus Christ to come into our lives and save us. So that Jesus becomes our rock in our foundation with our faith. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God bless you all. Take good care of each other. Have a great and blessed night, every single one of you. Until tomorrow, we'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow, we'll just keep moving on. Beautiful limericks from the littlest hobo, Terry Bush, ladies and gentlemen. He's just around the bend. If you want to join me for a while. Terry Bush, God bless you. Have a great and fantastic rest of your day.